This bill does indeed prohibit deer baiting, not bear baiting, deer baiting. If you read the language of the bill, it specifically does not allow for an exemption for deer baiting. Okay? So it does fundamentally change the current landscape for hunting. Under subsection A of this section shall not apply in the case of an unintentional feeding of a black bear. Unintentional feeding means using or placing any material for a purpose other than to attract or entice black bears, but which results in the attraction or enticement of black bear, and shall include, but not be limited to, the placement of bait for deer in accordance with section so on and so forth. That was the original language. That was removed from this bill.
This doesn't overrule what's already in place for deer baiting. It says in accordance with the existing law for deer baiting. So I just wanted to point that out.
Can you tell, where's that, Chairman?
That's in page 2, lines 21, 22, and 23. So
Right, but that's removed, Chairman. That's removed from this bill. This bill specifically takes out that.
it's taking it out.
So thereby removing the protection for deer baiting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
In bear conflict areas where there is a prevalence of calls or complaints or bears getting in trash, which is largely the northwestern corner of the state, if there's hotspot areas where we're trying to manage those interactions, we don't want any human-caused attractants for those bears in those areas because that creates problem bears. You may have a hunter who wants to hunt deer in Sussex County, but then his bait piles are causing bears to have unnatural food sources and then be habituated to human food.
So you're saying in bear conflict zones, but again, this bill does not specify what a bear conflict zone is, right? So you're saying that's going to modify something to focus on a bear conflict zone. By removing it, you just muddied the waters. The original bill clearly allowed for it.
I'm sorry.
And now it does not.
Assemblywoman.
Our job is to pass bills out that are ready to move. If nobody here actually even understands what the bill does, I would say this is a pretty clear-cut case of a bill that should be fixed first. The bill's like a page long. There's not a lot of, we don't have to like do a Vulcan mind melt for the legislative intent. It says right here, very, very few exceptions, all of which are underlined, none of which include deer baiting, and the deer baiting is taken out. So I don't understand the need to get the intent. The bill's a page long. We could take a 10-minute recess and all read it.
I think what might help is the actual bill statement. I think that's kind of where you're gathering your information from, where the statement does say, this bill would amend the law concerning the feeding of black bear. Under current law, the prohibition on the feeding of black bear does not apply in the case of an unintentional feeding of black bear. Quote, unintentional feeding is defined in the law using or placing any material for a purpose other than to attract or entice black bears, but which results in the attraction or enticement of a black bear and includes the use of bait for deer in accordance with the section. So the statement specifically says that it removes.